The 10 Best NFL Draft Classes, a retrospective analysis. The NFL Draft is an annual event that brings together college football's brightest talents and the teams vying for their services. Over the years, several draft classes have stood out as particularly exceptional, leaving an indelible mark on the league. This video will examine the 10 best NFL draft classes, analyzing the talent pool, impact on the league, and the longevity of the players' careers. 1. 1983 NFL Draft Class. The 1983 NFL Draft is widely regarded as one of the best in NFL history, primarily due to the legendary quarterback class. The draft saw 6 quarterbacks selected in the first round, including future Hall of Famers John Elway, Jim Kelly, and Dan Marino. The trio went on to rewrite the record books, defining the quarterback position for years to come. Beyond the quarterbacks, the draft class boasted remarkable depth, with future Hall of Famers like running back Eric Dickerson, offensive tackle Bruce Matthews, and cornerback Darrell Green. The '83 draft class set the bar high for future generations, leaving a lasting legacy on the league. 2. 2004 NFL Draft Class. The 2004 NFL Draft Class is best remembered for the iconic quarterback trio of Eli Manning, Philip Rivers, and Ben Roethlisberger. All 3 QBs enjoyed storied careers, earning a combined total of 5 Super Bowl championships and 19 Pro Bowl selections. The draft class also featured other talented players such as wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald, who became one of the most prolific pass catchers in NFL history, and defensive end Jared Allen, who led the league in sacks twice. Overall, the 2004 draft class contributed significantly to the league's competitive landscape for over a decade. 3. 1996 NFL Draft Class. The 1996 NFL Draft Class boasted an exceptional collection of talent that impacted the league for years. Headlined by wide receiver Keyshawn Johnson, the draft class included future Hall of Famers like linebacker Ray Lewis, offensive tackle Jonathan Ogden, and wide receiver Marvin Harrison. Other notable players from the class include linebacker Zach Thomas, wide receiver Terrell Owens, and safety Brian Dawkins. The depth and talent of the 1996 draft class led to numerous individual accolades, team successes, and a lasting influence on the sport. 4. 2011 NFL Draft Class. The 2011 NFL Draft Class was nothing short of spectacular, featuring numerous players who quickly became household names. Defensive end J.J. Watt, linebacker Von Miller, and cornerback Richard Sherman all emerged as dominant forces on the defensive side of the ball. On offense, the draft class produced star quarterbacks Cam Newton and Andy Dalton, as well as wide receivers A.J. Green and Julio Jones. Collectively, the talent from the 2011 draft class played a pivotal role in shaping the league's offensive and defensive landscapes for the next decade. 5. 1974 NFL Draft Class. The 1974 NFL Draft Class is notable for its impact on the Pittsburgh Steelers, who selected 4 future Hall of Famers in a single draft: wide receiver Lynn Swann, linebacker Jack Lambert, center Mike Webster, and wide receiver John Stallworth. These players formed the core of the Steelers dynasty, which won 4 Super Bowls in 6 years. In addition to the Steelers' selections, the 1974 draft class also included other standout players such as offensive tackle John Hanna and defensive end Ed "Too Tall" Jones. The talent from this draft class significantly contributed to the NFL's competitive balance in the 1970s and early 1980s. 6. 1989 NFL Draft Class. The 1989 NFL Draft Class is best known for producing one of the greatest running backs in NFL history, Barry Sanders. The Detroit Lions star running back became an iconic figure, dazzling fans with his elusive and electrifying running style. Sanders, a 10-time Pro Bowler and 6-time first-team All-Pro, rushed for over 15,000 yards in his career, retiring as the 3rd all-time leading rusher. Other notable players in the 1989 draft class include Hall of Fame cornerback Deion Sanders, who excelled both as a defender and a return specialist, and the late linebacker Derek Thomas, whose career was tragically cut short due to a car accident. In addition, the class featured standout offensive players such as quarterback Troy Aikman and wide receiver Michael Irvin, who were instrumental in the Dallas Cowboys' dominance in the early 1990s. 8. 2007 NFL Draft Class. The 2007 NFL Draft Class is remembered for producing several elite talents who left a significant mark on the league. Linebacker Patrick Willis, one of the most dominant linebackers of his era, was selected by the San Francisco 49ers and quickly became a force to be reckoned with, earning 7 Pro Bowl selections and 5 first-team All-Pro honors. Wide receiver Calvin Johnson, also known as Megatron, was another exceptional talent from the 2007 draft class. Johnson, who spent his entire career with the Detroit Lions, retired as one of the most prolific receivers in NFL history, amassing over 11,000 receiving yards and 83 touchdowns in his 9-season career. Other standout players from the 2007 draft class include running back Adrian Peterson, cornerback Darrelle Revis, and offensive tackle Joe Thomas. Collectively, this draft class greatly influenced the league and produced some of the most memorable moments of the late 2000s and early 2010s. 9. 1993 NFL Draft Class. The 1993 NFL Draft Class is often overlooked but boasted an impressive collection of talent that made a significant impact on the league. The class was headlined by Hall of Fame running back Jerome Bettis, who enjoyed a productive career with both the Los Angeles St. Louis Rams and the Pittsburgh Steelers, amassing over 13,000 rushing yards and 94 touchdowns. Other notable players from the 1993 draft class include Hall of Fame defensive end Michael Strahan, who set the single-season sack record in 2001, as well as standout offensive linemen Willie Roaf and Tony Boselli. Overall, the 1993 draft class was instrumental in shaping the league's competitive landscape in the 1990s and early 2000s. 1. 10. 1981 NFL Draft Class. The 1981 NFL Draft Class is remembered for its defensive talent, most notably Hall of Fame linebacker Lawrence Taylor. Taylor, selected by the New York Giants, revolutionized the linebacker position with his athleticism and fierce pass rushing ability. Over his career, Taylor earned 10 Pro Bowl selections, 8 first-team All-Pro honors, and won 2 Super Bowls. In addition to Taylor, the 1981 draft class featured other standout defensive players such as cornerback Ronnie Lott, defensive end Howie Long, and linebacker Ricky Jackson. On the offensive side of the ball, the draft class included notable talents like wide receiver Chris Collinsworth and quarterback Neil Lomax. The talent from this draft class left a lasting impression on the league and contributed to the NFL's reputation for hard-hitting, physical play. 2010 NFL Draft Class. The 2010 NFL Draft Class was rich in talent and produced numerous stars who made an immediate impact on the league. Quarterback Sam Bradford, the first overall pick, enjoyed a productive career, while defensive tackle Ndamukong Suh quickly emerged as one of the most dominant interior linemen in the league. Other standout players from the 2010 draft class include tight end Rob Gronkowski, who became one of the most dominant tight ends in NFL history, and wide receiver Antonio Brown, who led the league in receiving yards and receptions multiple times. On the defensive side of the ball, the draft class featured talents like defensive end Carlos Dunlap, safety Earl Thomas, and linebacker Navarro Bowman. Collectively, the 2010 draft class provided the NFL with an influx of talent that shaped the league for years to come. Their impact was felt across various positions and contributed to numerous team successes throughout the 2010s. Conclusion. The 10 NFL draft classes discussed in this essay represent some of the most talented and impactful groups of players to ever enter the league. Each class produced numerous stars who left an indelible mark on the NFL, whether through record-breaking performances, awe-inspiring athleticism, or unforgettable moments on the field. These draft classes not only introduced fans to a new generation of football heroes but also shaped the competitive landscape of the league, influencing offensive and defensive strategies, and contributing to the evolution of the sport itself. As fans continue to witness new talent entering the NFL, it is essential to remember and appreciate the contributions of these exceptional draft classes to the rich history of the league.